Cheers, my love. Well, welcome to another episode of Not Fazed with Faye, with just me. It's just Faye. I wanted to give you possible episodes where I'm not focusing on the guest. I just think this gives you a chance to get to know me in a totally different way. Maybe you see a weird side to me. Who knows? Well, I think you should get to know me a little bit more. First and foremost, can I just say I'm completely overwhelmed by the response to launching this podcast. And without you guys supporting, subscribing, listening, watching, whatever you're doing, it is honestly just fueling me to do more. So I'm ready to deliver. I really am. I'm really glad I put the questions out on social media because you guys are asking a lot. I'm excited. And I want to start with the questions. Yeah? So I'm going to pick at random. Let's just go with that. Why not? Okay. So many good ones. Share your phone wallpaper. Oh, that's real easy. Come on. Okay, let me get my... I don't know whether you can see this. Oh, my front screen is cracked because I dropped my phone. Sorry. It's reality. It's reality. It's Faye. Can you see that?
Yes, but you're going to have to describe it for the people on the audio.
I will, but I was just going to show it first.
Okay.
I could even do this. I'm showing my wallpaper, which is a memory. Oh, and someone's commenting on my Facebook page. It's a memory from our wedding day, the 23rd of August, 2023, with myself and Yui kissing, smoocheroony on the best day of my life, which it's our anniversary next month, guys. We've been married nearly a whole year. Oh, God. I'm like, the year has flown by. Also feels like we've been married forever. Also feels like it happened yesterday. And I'm still like full of the flutters and the butterflies and the nervousness. Cudence. You're Cudence. I see you.
This is your podcast, not mine.
Best holiday you've ever been on? Ever? Oh my goodness. I mean, it'd be a cliche if I said my honeymoon, but it was pretty much up there. It's because it was a dream to go to the Maldives. But I'd probably say the best holiday I went on, I'd have to say going to Kuala Lumpur with my mother, which was just the most, like, who says that they get to go to Malaysia with, like, their parent? But not only was it, like, a really cool trip and quite rare to travel that far, but me and mum just travel well together. Like, she's just fun. And we also, like, went off and did our thing, but always came back together and always just had great conversation. And we just had the most, like, beautiful time. And I think I'll cherish that now in hindsight with everything that's going on with her. That was a really good holiday. Yeah, I like that one. Thanks, Mama. Okay. What inspired you to start a podcast? Well, I have to bring you back into this, I'm afraid, husband, because you were the one that came up with this brilliant idea. I think because I'm such a chatty Cathy. Iwan was like, well, we need to put that to use. And do you know what it was? It was a real quiet time for me. And I wasn't working. And I always want to be busy. I always want to be doing something. And I think to stay connected, whether it be social media or even just the fact that I'm now presenting and I'm doing something where I'm having to think on my feet, that is totally inspired by the podcast world. And I felt like everybody was jumping on that ship. And I was like, I'm in. Let's do it. And then Not Fazed with Faye just came out of coincidence, I think, of conversation that we had been... Oh, hey camera. Okay, didn't see you there. Toss. I'm loving all this, by the way. The tech king that has set me up with... I'm very, very fortunate that I have married the man that knows everything about how to put a podcast together. And I cannot go another minute without thanking my producer and editor, Ben Collins. You, sir. You, sir. Thank you. So, yeah, it came from Iwan. I got so excited about it. And now it's happening. It's you guys that are making the magic happen. So, thank you. Let's go back to the questions. Ooh. There's some funny ones in here. Ooh. Which should be my go-to next? Okay. Did you ever look at Iwan in a different way back then as you are now married? Well, I loved to hate Iwan Lewis back in the day, everyone. Would you believe? I mean, I love you, but I loved to hate him. We were young, we were on stage, and we were touring the country for 18 months, and he just ruffled my feathers, and not in a good way. Sorry. I'm being honest. Cut to, he's always been my friend. He's always looked out for me. And we stayed connected via Facebook. In fact, I think if we go back to our messages, it sounds flirty. I didn't flirt with him. I just genuinely saw him as a good friend. And I was on tour with Chicago, and Iwan came to see the show in Cheltenham. And we had a coffee, and I was actually reluctant to even going to have the coffee because I was like, it's Iwan. It was always my response. It's Iwan. Like, Iwan's just been my friend forever. I never saw him romantically ever, even though I kissed him like 1,000 times. And we had this coffee, and we acted as if no time has passed. We acted as if we had been on the phone, talking, chatting as friends for the past 16 years. And then he watched the show, and I actually was nervous with him watching because I also know how much of a critic he is. And if Iwan says something is good, I know it's good. Like, that's how much I respected his opinion. That's what it was. And he loved it. And so that made me melt. And I was, at the time, I'll be honest. At the time, I was on dating apps. I was on Raya. And I was having a hot girl summer. And I just was sharing every detail with you. Is this what you want to know? I'm giving you all the tea. I'm giving you the juicy stuff. This is the stuff that I didn't share in the glossy, beautiful, picturesque interview that we shared back in the summer of 2023 when we got married. And we gave a beautiful story back then. Like, we obviously gave you the beginning, middle, and end, but this is the stuff that you don't necessarily give it in a very professional interview. So basically, I'm living my best life, I think. I wasn't at all. I was so sad. And I thought it was fun to be single and to be able to have control over who I spent my time with. And I got back from a trip with my sister. We went to Thailand. That was fun. And when I returned, I was heartbroken. We won't name names. By someone who I thought was potentially interested in little old me. And I was definitely interested in them. And they were just like, listen, it's not you, it's me. They used that line on me. And I was like, okay, yeah, he's not interested. And I'd basically, I'm one of those, it's like I'm all or nothing. So from the moment that I met this person, I was just like smitten. And when it didn't work out, I don't know why I got so upset. And I think it's because I was genuinely vulnerable for the first time. And I let someone in who I didn't know. And I don't think they knew everything about me either. And it was a strange situation to be in the sense of, this is going to sound a little bit big-headed, but I don't mean to sound like the big I am. I'm really not. Like, come on. You know I'm insecure. I've gone down that road. Even in my conversations with previous guests, I genuinely thought they were interested in me because I was so interested in them. And because I was just like making all the first moves, I thought, well, why wouldn't they want to be with me? Because I'm being really honest and open and like forthcoming with all of my like actions, and they weren't interested. And then Iwan just turns around and he's like, let me take you on a real date. And that just like floored me. I was like, wait, what? A date with you? And all of the things that he was doing were just ticking all of my boxes. And I mean, like, he took initiative. He made reservations. He went and booked a hotel for himself so I didn't have to worry about him. And we went to go and see a show. We won't name the show because it was a really bad show. Forever we'll remember that show, by the way, because it was really bad that it was funny. And it's just everything. Like, I just felt like my shoulders dropped when I was with him. There was no facade. There was no expectation. I had my pal. I had my buddy. I could just speak freely. But we're not playing ball right now. I'm sorry. Don't make me feel bad. Hey. And we were definitely on our second bottle of champagne, which you just ordered, and I thought it was really suave and cool. And you were like, just, I don't know. I just think I loved that I could be myself. And there was just this ease in every conversation. I never thought that I was filtering myself, worried about what I was saying, or even scared of what he would think if I did do anything, say I did say something wrong, or I did make a fool of myself, which, by the way, I do daily. I say the most stupidest things all the time. You might not see that, but Iwan sees it all. Even my clumsy side, which I haven't shared with you all. I think it's a family trait. Can I just say that? Not making excuses, but I think it's in the blood because all my family are slightly clumsy. But there's something about Faye. I have to confess, I just don't think a day goes by where I don't burn myself. I don't trip up. I don't spill tea. I don't stumble down the stairs. In fact, there's a story. Did I share this story? I was about to venture to my very first day of Strictly ballroom rehearsals. And I woke up, this was at our old house, and got ready for the day, and I'm all prepared. And I'm on the first day of rehearsals. I'm like, it's like first day of school. I'm super organized. I'm super prepared. It's like, it's annoying how eager I am. So eager that I decide to carry everything down the stairs. Got my bag, I've got my book, got my script, got my phone. I'm also trying to carry another cup and a glass, probably also trying not to step on a dog. And I take the biggest fall down the stairs that I think Iwan thought I died. I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. But he genuinely, like, I think your heart stopped and you ran towards me in like slow motion, dramatic, cinematic motion, like everything blurred. And he comes running at me and I'm like, I'm fine. I just go very, very quiet. I think I'm in shock. And I took a minute, and you're like in the first aid kit already, like getting paracetamol, also like checking if I'd like banged, bruised, broken, just basically turning into your dad, who's doctor of the family. And I just went to rehearsals. That's me. Hey, you're a host, Faye. No, I'm just clumsy. AF. Guilty. One more question, because I can't do all of these. Very, very generous of you to ask so many questions. Ooh, one more. Would you ever consider having children? Hello. Right, let's put the phone down. It's actually a topic of conversation. So guys, I'm turning 37 in a few months. 37. Of course, I want to have children. I think I've spoke about it in the past several times. I feel like there's something missing from my life. And if it is children, I pray and I hope that we are lucky enough and fortunate enough to have children. But I also can't plan it because my job is so crazy and chaotic. I never know when I'm going to be needed for a job, or necessarily that I might have to be away from home, which means being away from Iwan. And you just can't plan for these things. So I'm going to say I really would love children. I really would. We would love children. And don't get me wrong, it's not like we're not trying, but we are going to just let what will be. And it's in God's plan, and I trust it. And I'm just going to focus on being my happy little self, because I'm very fulfilled with the life that I'm living. And I'm continuously counting my blessings for the life that I live, whether that be the roof over my head, my best friend, Betty, Yui, hey, that's you, and these beautiful little angels of mine. Oh, bang the mic again. I'm sorry. He's just waiting for me to throw that ball, like, Mom, throw the ball. You want some little kiddies running around. Bo, however, would be like, get away from me. Mom's mine. I can see it now. Like, you should see us on a walk. If there are kids, Bo is like in the opposite direction, and Bear's like, let's be friends. No, what will be. And I'm not afraid to talk about it. Maybe this is for the future to discuss if it's going to be a hurdle, because I would love children and I don't know if it's possible. I just don't. So we're going to put a pin in that conversation, because I don't think it's the be all and end all. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I think that's the missing piece, I will try my very best to like find that missing puzzle piece and put it in. But if it's not, it's not. And something else will fill it. I know it is, because I'm full of love, and I'm continuously giving that love to not only my husband, but to my work, to my family, to my friends. And I think that's the best way that I can see life. And I don't have all the answers. So if anyone is feeling the same, I feel ya. Right back at you. Speaking of love, it is our 1 year anniversary next month, and I cannot believe it. So I might do a special, like just a one solo episode where I reminisce about the build up to the big day, and I tell you all of, like, you know, the BTS of what happened, the mishaps. I just think the stuff that we necessarily haven't shared on socials, I think that'd be really fun. And it'd be a whole wedding theme. And because it's like summer, I think there's a lot of weddings happening. It's like wedding season vibe. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to do it. On to... Oh, I've just watched the Wimbledon final, by the way. I don't know if any of you watch tennis. So, fun fact, I'm really bad at tennis. Someone who's very good in our household is Iwan, but his whole family are into tennis. I'm just not. And I just got really into the game. I don't know whether it's because I was like invested in the energy, like their personalities just like came onto the court, and I was like, yes, I'm here for it. I'm here when it comes to Wimbledon. I'm here for like who's wearing what and who is there. Ooh, Zendaya's there. Ooh, Tommy Cruise has shown up. Like, I just love like the hype of it all. I even was like, ooh, one day it'd be really nice to be invited to Wimbledon. Like, that would just be cool. But maybe it's because I think Wimbledon's cool, and I don't. I think that's cool. But watching it was just sensational. And if you watched it, oh my God, like, it was just a masterpiece. Like, that to me is ultimate skill. That is, you are consumed by the game. You are playing the game all day long. And I do have respect and time for that discipline, because I suppose that's how I kind of approach anything. I'm a bit of an athlete when it comes to my job. Even just yesterday, I did like 2 hours of Tracy Anderson workout, and I just loved my life. I finished it and I was like, I'm on cloud 9. I loved it. Absolutely just, hey, I'm here for it. I like a challenge. I really want to watch the challenges, by the way. Just FYI, it's a side note. Zendaya's film about the tennis. I think you'd like it. We'll watch it. Okay. Yes, no, I recently not only launched the podcast, but myself and Iwan got to experience a day where we were teaching Gloucestershire Youth Choir. I don't think I'm saying that well. Gloucestershire Youth Choir. It's quite a hard thing to say. Anyway, I had a day with these kids and it really inspired me. It took me back to when I had my own school, Fates Academy, which I launched in Media City when I was playing Kate Connor on the cobbles. And it just really, it just took me right back to teaching. So not many of you know that when I was at drama school, I had I had 3 jobs. Because I had no money. So to fund my life and to get me to pay my bills, I had 3 jobs, one of which was Stagecoach. Stagecoach. If you know of Stagecoach, if you are a thespian, Stagecoach is like a well-established performing arts school. They are everywhere. There are like hundreds of these schools all across the country. And I taught for the one in Guildford. And I had a great time, but I did early stages. So this is like the kids that would like just, parents would drop them off 10 o'clock in the morning with me on a Saturday. And they wouldn't leave till like, I think maybe 1, 2, 3, something like that in the afternoon, early afternoon. And they would just play. They would just get to do a little bit of musical theatre. So a little bit of singing, a little bit of dancing, and a little bit of acting, because I just think they were in their own worlds, all of them. Trying to get just that room to be quiet for a second had to be a game. So that was my first experience of teaching. And then I decided to launch my own school. And I just loved the fact that I got to run a school. So it meant I was like the CEO. I was like the boss bitch. I was like in charge. And the kids that we had were from ages of 6 to 18. So it was a massive range of kids that we had. And we did at one point have someone from every year. And it was hard work. Like anyone who has their own school, didn't you have your own school? Like, well done, bravo. Well done. It's hard. I think yours did really well, though. I threw the towel in after 2 years because I couldn't juggle Corrie and the school. First and foremost as well, I got so invested in all of the kids that I ended up being a teacher as well as the director, as well as giving my personal phone number out to all the parents. Big mistake. Anyway, I suddenly was thinking, what do I do in my spare time if I'm not working, if I'm not on stage, if I'm not in front of a camera, if I'm not doing Not Fazed with Faye? How do I stay connected and how do I keep honing my craft? And also, it just that day with Gloucester Youth Choir really inspired me to think about the next generation of talent. And there is so much talent out there, but it is a different generation because you guys now have got like social media and TikTok and Instagram, and it's just so different to when we started out. And so I just think if I was to get in front of a bunch of, hungry future potential actors, I could give a little bit of advice. I don't know if that's good advice. I hope it is. I think it could be good advice. I think it could be honest. I think it could be first-hand experience because now I've done a little bit of everything. And so I've decided to launch my own online teaching. That's this one-on-one, but literally you'll probably sit there on a Zoom call with me and we can have face-to-face chats about anything that you're curious about or anything that you want to better at. Even if it is preparing yourself for like a self-tape, I have to do those weekly, if not daily, if the season is busy. And I've been doing it for a while now. So if that is something that you're interested in, you know what to do. Link in my bio. Just DM me and we'll sort it out. I'm loving this idea of doing solo episodes, but of course, Not Fazed with Faye is brand new to me. I am like a sponge right now. I am just watching podcasts, listening to podcasts, and also taking advice from you guys online, whether it be Instagram. And so tell me what you want to see. I have got a handful of beautiful guests coming your way. But I do want to break it up with having these one-on-ones with you and just basically chatting away about life and what I'm up to and things that I'm thinking and all things Yui, all things about just me in general, because it is not Fazed with Faye. And I think I'm definitely at a point in my life where I'm trying not to let the big things get to me, or even more so, I'm trying not to let the little things faze me, because I'm one of those people that, there would be days where I would get like a self-tape come through and I would just have a panic attack and not know what to do with myself. And now it just seems to be the norm. I do think that's down to the fact that I am calm these days. I'm very much a little bit more grounded. That hasn't happened overnight. That has been something that I am figuring out as I go. Maybe life experience is helping with that. I definitely think moving to the Cotswolds and being in one place, not living out of a suitcase, has definitely helped. But yeah, this is definitely like you're watching a new version of me, and I'm taking a real hard look at myself. And I'm not necessarily analyzing it. I'm just learning to be a better version of me. And I think this is a version that I like. And I hope you like it too. Just to laugh at myself a little bit more, not to take myself so seriously. That's advice I'd give. That was definitely a question on there that I didn't answer. If I could give myself some advice, my younger self, it would be that. Maybe don't take things so seriously, because life could change on a dime. You say that quite a lot, don't you, Yui? And I do love that I have my best friend to listen to and feed off. So if there is someone in your life that is a best friend who you just can lean on or vent to or discuss with, like learn from them, grow from them. And if you don't, I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Like I said, I'm growing with this podcast, so I'm probably going to get things wrong. I'm hoping to get a lot of it right, and I really want to deliver. I really want to give you some fun. So if there is anything or anything in particular that you want to see, hear, I would love to hear your thoughts. So maybe like, share, comment on this episode in particular, and I will definitely get back to you, or if not, surprise you. I've absolutely loved the response, and I cannot thank you enough for your support. I cannot wait to share with you my next guest. This person is a friend of mine, and she has been in my life for a while now. She was a beautiful guest at our wedding, and she gave us the most beautiful gift of all, which was to sing on our wedding day, as we literally signed Mr. and Mrs. Lewis. I won't give too much away, as I really want to tease the surprise for next week. So watch this space, subscribe, tell all your friends, and just keep on connecting with Not Fazed with Faye. And yeah, we'll see you soon for more fun. Bye, guys.